Hi girls! Today we are going to have a great time. We are going to talk about pampering ourselves, and you all know how much I love that, and I think it's really important right before you go on a date. So cheers to us ladies, and let's get ready for a date or just for a wonderful weekend for doing things that you love. And the most important way to get in the mood to have a great date or to have a great time is to just be happy. And the way we make ourselves happy is to do what makes us feel good emotionally. And one of the nicest things that you can do for yourself is to have a glass of wine, have a bubble bath, or a nice hot shower with some wonderful shower gel, and take care of yourself. So let's get started. Yum. So you want to get your favorite wine or your favorite champagne or some nice sparkling water or sparkling cider and pour yourself a glass. Put some flowers beside your bath so it seems like a spa. Put a fragrant candle. And let's get started with your favorite bath and shower gel. Now, on my last video, we talked about the Radiance Spin Care System. And we used the attachments for the face and for cleansing and exfoliation. Now we're going to do the body. So I'm taking my shower gel and I'm putting it in the center, and I'm just going to turn my brush on and I'm going to cleanse my body. So as you can see, it's a nice big brush. I'm doing my arms first, and I can do my legs and my feet. And it just feels so good. So that's one way to kind of unwind. And you can take all the time you want, all the time you need doing this. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop off the body attachment, rinse it off in the bath, and I'm going to do the pumice stone. And that one is a smaller attachment. Let's make sure it's on tight. Yep. Okay, so what you do is after you've soaked for about 15 minutes, and I know I have not soaked for 15 minutes, but what you're going to do is after you've kind of soaked for a while, you're going to dry off your feet or your elbows or your knees or whatever part you want to kind of focus on with your pumice stone. And then you're going to get it, dip it in the water, turn it on, and just kind of go over those rough patches. It feels really good. You can also use it dry, but I like to use it wet because I feel like when it's dry, it's a little too abrasive for me. So there's one elbow, and I'll do the other one later. But next, I have some masks here for my hands. This is one for my face. You've seen this one before. It's from Teami. It's a tea detox mask. So I'll put those over here for now. And then I have another one for my neck and décolleté. So I'm going to do that one first. Kind of squeezing a little bit into my palm. And then I'm going to, oops, he fell in the water. That's okay. Do my throat and my chest with that mask. And it smells very refreshing. I can't reach it. And then I'm going to do my face. So we're going to take this wonderful tea mask by Teami, the detox mask. Get a little bit of that. Not as much as I used the last time in the last video. I'm just going to do a light coat of this all over my face. So I'm going to kind of rub it onto my fingers. My face is already clean. And then rub it all over, so I can kind of feel the tightening effects as I take my bath. Get my bubbles readjusted here. Okay, next, I'm gonna have a sip of wine. Cheers. And before I put my hand mask on, I'm gonna have a bite of chocolate. So I brought a couple of my favorite Russell Stover sugar-free chocolate pecan patties. No guilt. I'll munch on that. Oops. These are waterproof, by the way. Good thing. Okay, we'll put it back here. Okay, so I'm drying off my hands. I'm enjoying my chocolate. I'm gonna take my hand mask, which is falling over. I'm trying not to come out of the water so I don't shock you all. But I'm gonna put a little on the tops of my hands. I'm gonna leave the bottoms of my hands free so I can read a book. And kind of rub them together. And that's gonna give me a nice moisturizing treatment for the top of my hands because of course I want to hold hands and touch on my date. And this is gonna make my hands look plump and soft and feel delicious. So now I'm gonna carefully reach over, grab my book, have another sip of wine. Shocker. I'm gonna relax with my neck mask, my face mask, and my hand mask and read this delicious book. It's called Dead and Married. So let's see what's happening next.
Hi girls. We just took a lovely bubble bath and now I am going to get ready for my date. So one thing I think is fun to do is go with a color theme, and a happy, fun color sometimes lifts the spirits of the person that you're with when they see you. So I'm gonna go with hot pink. I got my nails done, hot pink, and my dress is going to be hot pink. I have some different earrings that I'm gonna be putting on that are hot pink. And so let's do hot makeup to go with it. I have on my foundation, so let's start out with a blush. And this is a nice hot pink blush, and it's called Malibu, and it's by Laura Geller. So I'm just gonna kind of take a little bit of blush and put it on my cheeks. And I'm not super careful. Some people are very precise with the placement of their blush, and I just sort of swish it on and it turns out okay. Okay, and then if you have any little hairs on your skin, you want to kind of go down so the hairs are all flat. And then maybe you might want to swish the excess on your temples, your nose, your forehead, wherever the sun hits you, and then you have a nice glow everywhere. After that, I'm going to use a little bit of Laura Geller Balance and Brighten foundation for shading. So I'm going to take a fan brush, and we're just going to be really kind of haphazard about the whole thing. I'm going to go in a slanted line from the top of my ears towards my mouth, and that's going to give me a little shape in my cheekbones. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the sides of my nose and underneath. Again, you don't have to be exact, and you may not want to do this, but sometimes it's nice and it makes you feel a little more sculpted. And then I'm going to do a little along my jawline and a little underneath my chin. So I think that's enough for today. Just the jawline, the cheekbone area, or the hollows of the cheeks, nose, and under the nose to kind of shorten and narrow my nose. So that's my sculpting job for today. And then to kind of finish off, I'm gonna take this Golden Sun, sort of a blush slash bronzer from Chanel. And you can use any color you want. If you want to use a pressed powder or a translucent powder, that's fine. But since I'm going with hot pink, I wanted something nice and warm, so I'm going to use that just to finish. So I'm going to use this all over, very, very lightly. And it blends everything together too. The blush, the sculpting, all kind of melds together nicely with a little dusting of either translucent powder or bronzer or a very light colored blush. Of course, it's gonna depend on your skin tone too. I have kind of medium toned skin. If you have darker toned skin, obviously, you're gonna go a shade darker with everything. If you have very pale skin, use colors that are a little more delicate and transparent. Alrighty, moving right along. Let's do our eyes now. I'm gonna use a palette from Skinn, and it is called About Time. There you go, has all the different colors. And I'm gonna be using predominantly the pinks. So I'm gonna start out with the lightest kind of champagne pink right here. And I'm gonna put that all over my lid. Little champagne pink. Festive. And so you can barely see this on my skin. So that's what you want for yourself. You want something just slightly lighter than your skin tone, but a little bit of color, a little hint of pink, or a little hint of bronze, or a little hint of kind of a creamy shimmer, whatever you like, but something that is gonna give your skin a touch of color, but basically build a base for the rest of your shadow. Okay, now I'm gonna take this color. There's no names on these colors. This is kind of a sort of a maroon, not the deepest purple, not the brightest pink, but in the middle, the sort of medium shade of dark pink. I'm gonna put that on the outer corners and kind of move it inwards. Again, you know me, nothing has to be just so. Just do the best you can with the brushes that you have. Let's do the other side. As you get more advanced, you may decide to kind of get all different brushes and really be precise with the placement of your shadows. With me, it's all about the colors. As long as you have colors that you like, colors that make you happy, and they're sort of ballpark in the right areas, it all blends together and you're gonna look just beautiful. Okay, so that's enough of that color. Now I'm gonna take my little trusty tiny brush, use the darkest purple under my eyes. You can skip this step if you don't like to line under your eyes, but I do. And if you want to use a softer color under your eyes, you can definitely do that too. I like this color, this is pretty. So I'm gonna go above my eyes too. Make a little line. And with this tiny brush, it's very easy. Sometimes people like a slanted brush, sometimes like a little narrow skinny brush. As long as that's workable for you, it doesn't matter. There we go. So far, so good. Next, I'm gonna take this bright pink, hot pink, and a small brush. I think I'm just gonna kind of put that in the center, kind of pop it out. Take a little more, put it on the other side. Nice bright pink. So you're not really seeing the effects in the fullest yet, you're just kind of seeing them start to happen. So we're gonna keep going, we're gonna add a little more, and this time we're gonna take it out a little more into the purple or the maroon, more hot pink. Sort of bring it out there. And now I'm gonna take that hot pink and I'm gonna do the crease. I'm gonna go back and forth, right in the crease and slightly above. Over here too. Oops, I got a little high. That's okay though. I'll just kind of do it on this side. So if you make a mistake, just kind of try to even it out. You can always wipe it off if you want, but a lot of times you can just match it like you meant to do that. Okay, so I'm getting the color I want, I'm getting the intensity I want, so I'm pretty much done. And I'm just gonna blend. So I'm gonna take a bigger blending brush, go out to kind of soften the edges, and then I'm gonna kind of meld the colors above my eyes, and that's it. Now, if you feel like you need to, you can take a little wipe and you can clean up any mistakes. I don't really have any mistakes underneath quite yet. I might later, but I'll do the sides just to kind of even those out. There we go. All right, mascara. This is a kind of a fun product. This is called Tightline. It's by It Cosmetics. And as you can see, the brush, it's a little bent. The brush is super skinny. So you can get really close under your eyes to the waterline. And as you kind of prime your lashes, you're giving yourself a little bit of eyeliner. So we'll do that on both sides. It doesn't add too much in the way of thickness or length, but it does add color, and it adds that little teeny bit of definition right at the base of your lashes. So I really like that. You can use it on the bottom too, and that's what I'm doing next. Just getting super close to the base of my lashes, kind of patting it in right there, and then taking it down. Be kind of careful on the bottom ones because that's where it's gonna smudge if you're not a little bit careful. It's me, it's not the product. The product is fine. It doesn't smudge any more than any other product would, but I just always have trouble with my lower lashes making a mess. I did okay. Always keep your Q-tips near if you need them. Better than Sex Mascara. Everybody loves good sex. And let's just kind of finish them off with a little bit of that. Later on, I'm gonna put on some false lashes. So you could either just go with the mascara if you want to, or later on, if you're kind of following me step by step, you can put your false lashes on. Always do the bottom ones too, especially if you're planning on wearing false lashes, because if you have a whole bunch of lash on the top and nothing on the bottom, it does look a little unbalanced. So you have to pay a little more attention to the bottoms. Okay, brows. So this is a Skinn Brow product. You just kind of pencil in a little color where you need it. And this is the taupe, so you're barely seeing the color because my eyebrows are not really dark, they're medium. I probably could have gotten a little bit darker, but this is fine for me because I have blonde hair, so I don't need super dark lashes. Looks like I have a little makeup in there. Okay, so go along your lash line, fill in, shape a little bit if you want to. And then the part that I like about this is on the other end, it has brow gel, just the clear brow gel. And you can kind of brush that on and really shape your brows the way that you want them so they look nice and they stay in place. So the color and the shape is all locked in. All done. Lips are next, and then we're finished. So let's try some Skinn products for our lips. This is the lip crayon and Spanish Rose, I think. So that makes a nice liner. And then I'm gonna use Carnation lipstick. And that kind of continues our hot pink theme. So don't be afraid to go bold. Remember, you want to lift people's spirits. You want to use a little color therapy tonight. And this gloss is called Fresh, just to kind of soften it a little bit. And because I feel like I look better with lip gloss. I feel like I look better with a little bit of a shiny lip rather than a matte lip. But if you like a matte lip, skip the gloss. Okay, so in just a moment, I'll get dressed, I'll put on my false lashes, and I'll show you the final look. Hi girls, we had a great day of pampering together. We took a nice hot bath, we put our makeup on, and now I'm gonna show you my outfit for my date night. I told you that I chose hot pink, and as you can see, I found a fun dress in hot pink. I have some jewelry that matches. I'm just wearing neutral shoes, but the dress and the jewelry are sparkly and bright and fun, and you can do it yourself using any color. You might want to use red or bright blue, you might want to use orange or wine, but be bold. You're going to look beautiful, you're going to love it, and I hope you have a wonderful time wherever you go. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. Bye.